As we have been seeing this text, let us read this verse number 68 so that we'll go forward. Anapmarupas sakalam sanmayam chinmayam param koto bheda bandham iti. So, kota bheda bandham iti Vedanta Dindima. One word is missing. Kota Veda Kota Bandha Iti Vedanta Dindima. Very nicely is being highlighted here. Annama Rupam Sakalam. Who is Laura? I had muted it. Please keep unmuting. You are unmuting without your knowledge. Very good. So coming back to the point. So generally, we know the entire universe is consisting with names and forms. Actually, which is required transaction. Now we all are here. Imagine if there is no name. It would have been. I'm sorry. My throat is really bad. So, super cold. I don't know what to say. I'm extremely sorry. Because of the weather change, place change, water change. So because of every change, now body is not able to cooperate at all. However, so here generally season changes, so almost everybody has got this flu in Bhubaneswar. So this flu of having nose running and everything. I don't have choice. Coming back to the point, Anama Rupam Sakalam iti. Generally we know that everything is based on the Nama. Nama means name. Imagine if there is no name, how we would call each other. It becomes very funny. A red come, white come, black come. Which is black, which is red? You understand? If both are white, what to do? Not first white, second white. Who is second, who is first? So that also we need to look at very differently. So what I'm highlighting here is, so without name, very difficult, because it is a transactional. Because of name, it becomes convenient. Sometimes the same name creates a problem. For example, we go through, like wherever we say, so who is your teacher? Swami Ananda Saraswati. Ananda Saraswati, how did he become your teacher? So when they ask this question, how did he become your teacher? We understand, okay, there is a confusion. Because there was another Swami Ananda Saraswati, equally popular, well known. So who was a founder of Arya Samaj? So that means they mean that Swami Ananda Saraswati. So what I am highlighting here is, same name when there are two people or more than two people, so there is also confusion. And imagine if there is no name, how difficult would be our life. Because not only that, even if to call this red, this is a name. To call this cloth also is a name. To call this hair is a name. So whatever way we address, that is a name. That is the reality. But here is being highlighted. This is called Vyavaharika Satyam. Please understand. There are two levels. Vyavaharika Satyam means the truth that is related to the transactional world. But remember how there is difference between Mithya and Satyam in Vyavaharika world. Let us somebody tells a lie, the falsehood. So falsehood does not stand for long, but it appears to be for some time. So in transactional world, we have Mithya, also we have Satyam. Is it correct? Simple. So that we call Vyavaharika Satyam, Vyavaharika Mithya. Generally Mithya we don't talk, we say Vyavaharika Satyam. There is another level called Paramarthika. From the absolute standpoint, from the reality, from the truth standpoint. So from the truth standpoint, Vyavaharika Satyam means the transactional truth itself is false. Is it clear? But there is a problem. Many people go wrong. That because Vyavaharika Satyam by itself falsifies in Paramarthika standpoint. Paramarthika means absolute standpoint, truth or reality, from the reality standpoint. Then you can say, look, this Vyavaharika is useless. This transactional world is useless. This is called problem. And what is the problem? The story you know. The person who was studying in Ashram. All the time was listening what? Am Brahma iti. I am Brahman. Nothing is different from Brahman. You have been listening Vedanta Dindima. All are one and same. Anything and everything that you see is me, me, me. Nothing is different. You don't have to be afraid of anybody, anything in your life. Then the fellow comes out. So there is a mad elephant. So everybody shouts, hey, give the way, mad elephant. He said, no, I am Brahman. The elephant is Brahman. There is no difference between me and elephant. In fact, both are one and same. Why should I be afraid of elephant? You people are mad. You don't understand the truth. I am a Vedantin. I understand. I dwell upon this. Only I see Brahman. Of course, everybody requested. He didn't bother because he was in a different world. And as usual, elephant used its trunk and nicely lifted and went away. Thank God. And he was hospitalized. The Guru came to know, so thought of going to see him in the hospital. And when he went to hospital, this is the best part is, whenever there is misunderstanding, you don't accept your misunderstanding. You become furious. That is everywhere. In relationship, whenever there is furiosity, there is anger, there is some type of frustration, that means deep within, somewhere, it is connected to some type of misunderstanding. And which I am not able to acknowledge or recognize. So that's why all this complaint, all this confusion. However, this young student literally became furious. What sort of teacher you are? You have been teaching wrongly. You said everything is Brahman. Look, I also implied, I also practiced this knowledge. And look, finally I am ended up in the bed. Look at my back. It's broken. So how can we say this thing? That everything is only Satyam. And everything is, whole world is Mithya, only truth is one. That time Guru smiled and said, hey look, when did I say that your back that is broken is Satyam, is truth? That is also false. And moreover, the pain that you are going through, when did I say that the pain that you are going through is Satyam, is truth? That is also false. So if you want to exercise the teaching, completely exercise, not partially. But generally mind what it does partially. So why it's being highlighted? So one has to be very careful with the level of realities. For example, whenever we go to see magician, so magician do function in a different level of reality. Whether it is a hand trick or they have some type of, magic power. Both way possible. Most of the cases hand trick, most of the cases. But there are cases also there that they have power. That also is there. Now, if a magician is able to produce more currency, for example, if you give 10 euro, that magician will be produced 20 euro, another 10 euro, duplicate it. And you will see everything different. Now my question is, if the magician has power to produce or duplicate this currency, why he should go for magic? So he can be in his room and keep producing. You understand the concept? But that is not possible. Because that is another type of reality. Through that he earns money. Just duplicating one, he earns money. So because that is one type of reality. From that reality we come to Vyavaharika Satyam. So transactional reality. Then comes Paramarthika reality from the absolute standpoint. So Nama Rupa belongs to Vyavaharika Satyam. Because if you do not understand this, then you will say, oh, all are useless, nothing. Then I am called what? Brahman, Brahman, Brahman. Like people say, Om, Om, Om. You, especially when you go to Rishikesh, Haridwar, you should see all the drama. They will call each one, Om, Om. Sometimes you get confused. And sometimes you say, you don't listen to me when I called. I said, when did you call? No, I called Om, Om. Hey, look, I have a name. Call my name. No, we are Vedantin. We should not call the name because names are after all what? Mithya. So when did this Om become Satya? That I didn't understand also. However, please understand. So when Nama, Rupa is Satyam, no doubt in it, but in the field of, in the level of Vyavahara transaction, this is to be supplied. Whereas when we try to look at it from absolute standpoint, Paramarthika Satyam Drishtya, Nama Rupam becomes Mithya. So here the verse is from Paramarthika standpoint. What it says? Anama Rupam Sakalam Iti. The entire universe from the absolute standpoint is free from Nama and Rupa, name and form. Then what does it mean and what exactly is it? He says, Sanmaya, Sat, only Sat exists. Sanmaya. Not only Sanmaya, Chinmaya iti. So it is only the existence principle. And also it is only awareness principle, nothing else. So only when there is existence principle and awareness principle, and interestingly, both are one and same. Don't say, Chinmaya is different, Sanmaya is different. Then what will happen? Sanmaya will limit Chinmaya. Chinmaya will limit Sanmaya. You understand? Because wherever there are two things, it has to limit each other. Then we'll get into big problem. So interestingly, that which is Sat also is Chit and also is Ananda. But one aspect of it is being highlighted. So here he says, if the whole universe, the entire universe is in the form of existence, is in the form of awareness, Kutaha Vedaha iti? Where is difference? And when there is no difference, means Kutaha Vedaha, where is difference? Means there is no difference. So when there is no difference, Kutaha Bandha iti? This is the beautiful point. Kutaha Bandha. So where is bondage? So that means wherever there is a difference, there is bondage. That's why the more I create difference, the more not only I feel bound, I feel suffocated, I have pain and suffering in my life. Because the difference itself creates the bondage, the suffering, the pain, everything. That's why for a common people, this is how the religious upliftment happens. When a person is not able to understand this, which also cannot be understood, to be very honest, we can understand intellectually, but not really imbibing this. Intellectually understanding is one thing, imbibing is another thing. That's why to imbibe this knowledge, Shraddha is being highlighted. That's why we say Shraddhavan lavate jnanamiti. Unless there is Shraddha, sorry. I was listening to one person, in fact, it is very nice yesterday, this is what present generation is. So, says that, Swamiji, I listen to everybody, including I listen to my father. Not that I listen to everything. I also filter. I have my brain. Person says, I have my brain. I have my decision-making faculty. Him is wrong somewhere. So why should I take him? So I take what is best for me. I asked, how do you know that is best for you? Who are you to decide? Where did you get that decision-making faculty? Don't you think that that decision-making faculty sometime long back came from your father? That too without your knowledge? You understand? So this is called confusing world. So people think, no, I have a brain to filter. I have thinking faculty to decide what to take, what to not to take. What to do, what not to do. That is what the confusion is. That's why we use the word Shraddha is very important. Unless the Shraddha is there, remember, one cannot imbibe this knowledge. Intellectually, person will be able to understand, like in the lab. In the sitting room, in the classroom, you understand everything. But once you are out of the classroom, you come back to your own confusion, own emotional, psychological problem. Can you see this point? Because why I am highlighting this point is, let me share one beautiful story so that it becomes easier for you to understand. One day, a guru with his disciples were climbing up a mountain. And his teacher was very tough, as they were not acquainted. On the halfway, they could see a small girl, which will be, some 13-year to 14-year-old girl, carrying a 5-year-old child and going up. So all of them were shocked, especially the Guru became more shocked. Hey, look, we are grown-up people. For us to climb up without any luggage is so painful. Now this small girl, 13-year-old girl, is carrying some 5-6-year-old boy. What is going on? Let us give helping hand. So the Guru went and asked, oh, small girl, oh baby, what is happening? Where are you going? So girl smiled and said, look, on the top of this mountain, we have a village. And my house is there. Oh, also we are going there. Okay. Then the Guru said, look, for us to climb up is very difficult. You are a small girl and carrying that to a baby must be very tough. Do one thing. Give that baby to us. We will lift. And we will help you to reach. So that we will unburden your burden. This is the point. When they said this thing, that time the girl said, once more please, you want to unburden? Yes, we want to unburden, relieve you from this burden. The girl said, oh monk, you must understand that this baby is none other than my younger brother. And when I am doing something for my younger brother, how can I feel that it is a burden for me? The teacher was silent, could not open his mouth. It was a great lesson for him. And further, they went to the village along with the girl. Night they had to stay. There was some, satsang. In the satsang, this teacher told everybody, I would like to say something. In this village, I have a teacher. And the teacher is none other than that girl whom I met on the way. And the great lesson that I learned is, when you do anything with Shraddha, as the girl did Shraddha, had Shraddha for her younger brother, nothing is a burden. Nothing is painful. So whenever you feel that you have a burden, whenever you feel there is some type of pain in you, with reference to anything that you do, it means you are lacking in Shraddha. And unfortunately nowadays in relationship there is no Shraddha. There is only agreement. Can you see this point? All relationship is agreement based relationship present day. As long as agreement goes well or possibility that it may go well, that long we relate. The moment we discover that there is no chance, because of misunderstanding, because of confusion, then what happens? That's why Shraddha to be developed. So when it is being highlighted that's why only through Shraddha the person will be able to imbibe this knowledge. Because unless and until I imbibe this knowledge, remember, this knowledge is not going to benefit me. It will be helpful for my thinking process. for my speech, for my presentation, for my anything and everything, but not to me. That's why the Shraddha comes to the forefront. So keeping that, let us look at the next. न तत्वात् कथ्यते लोकः नामाद्देवैर्व्यभिचारतः बटुर्जरठ इत्यादैः इति वेदांत डिंडिमः. Says beautifully, लोकः व्यभिचारतः कथ्यते इति. So lokah kathyate, a person is being addressed. So how it is addressed? Vyabhicharata. Vyabhicharata means ever changing way, not constant way. Like, when you are in a good mood, honey. When you are in a bad mood, stupid. So same person is honey, same person becomes stupid. The same person is most handsome, most beautiful. Same person becomes most ugly, most crooked. So based on the situation keeps changing. Can you see this point? So this is called vyabhichara. It keeps changing. But he cannot talk this, honey. So he puts in different way. What he says? That people are being addressed, but to who? So Bhattu means a brahmacharya. Young, small fellow, after especially Upanayana. After sacred ceremony, so we call Bhattu. Because with brilliance and all these things. So Bhattu. And same Bhattu, when he is not listening to it, what sort of fellow you are? Then becomes you are young, prouda, mature person. So in between I am leaving many things, okay? Then he says, he jumps to, next one he jumps that Jarathaha, the old person. So the same person is being addressed differently, ever changing way. This is with reference to physical body. Of course, with reference to mind, you know better how you address. Not only with reference to other person, with reference to your mind too. So what is being highlighted is ityadyayihi namadyayihi. So that means the person is being addressed by this ever-changing phenomenon. As the young, as let us say brahmachari, okay, very young, then adult, old, etc. But remember, Vedanta Dindima, Vedanta here declares, what does it say? He says, look, remember this point, that Bhattuhu jarata ityadi iti Vedanta. He says, na tattvat kathyate iti. All people do call from one standpoint, but nobody is addressed or nobody addresses both ways. From the standpoint of real nature, tattvat. So all are functioning from vyavahara standpoint, from the transactional world. So when you are functioning in transactional world, definitely there will be fight. So to resolve your fight, you need to go up from transactional world to truth, the reality. Standpoint. But generally what you do, you mix these two standpoints according to your convenience. Can you see this point? Very nicely. Oh, already time, 2 verses only today. This is very bad. Very nicely, with this I'll say, this is Indian, I think it happened, not it is joke, it has happened. It has happened. Especially after this so-called independence. So India went through a lot of changes. And people tried to bluff. That is what this independence taught us. Because the way independence came to India, that fellow brought only through the bluffing. And he planted the bluffing seed. That's why, to be very honest, long before India was independent, the credibility of Indians were very high. After independence, the credibility of Indians went down very badly. Because all over the world, people know Indians means very good in bluffing. I am sorry to say, but this is the truth, this is the reality. Anywhere Indians, bluff masters. Because the fellow who brought mainly, who was the movement, created freedom movement, that fellow was a number one bluff master. And that virus he injected in such a way in India, in our gene, there is a bluffing. Nobody addresses this problem. However, let us not. But this is the truth reality. What he is talking here is, so with this India, when he got this thing, so in the court, so the fellow did some cases, and in India we have to know, India is a secular country. I don't know why this fellow made secular. So I have my own problem. In secular country, when you go to the court, I don't know what sort of court it is. At least make constitution as book of promise. No. In the name of Gita, they will first, what religion you are. It's very funny in India. That's why the fellow who was behind this secular is a fellow confused. First they will ask, what is your religion? What is a religion? You are a secular country. So you say Hindu, so Gita they will give. If you say Christian, Bible. If you say Muslim, Quran. What nonsense is this? So somebody gave the Gita, so Hindu. So by touching Bhagavad Gita, whatever, I will tell truth. Other than truth, nothing I will speak. But that fellow in murmuring will say, I will tell only lies. Other than lies, nothing I will tell. I am not telling you jokes. This is the truth, this is the reality, okay? And the person said, look, the argument started. So did you do this murder? Oh, there was a murder case. He said, no. What? All the evidence and everything says that you have done it. He said, no. Because neither I can be killed nor I can kill anybody. Na jayate mriyate va kada nachit. In Bhagavad Gita, okay? The fellow started quoting Bhagavad Gita left, right. But fortunately, the judge also had studied Bhagavad Gita properly. That is the beauty. He said, good, you did not kill. Fantastic. I am also giving verdict. Neither you will be killed, but we will hang you because your body will be hanged to death, not you. The capital punishment will be given not to you, but to your body. You understand? Because this is called, changing the level of reality. So we cannot split or change or jump the level of reality. While seeing the magic, we'll see a lot of verses on that, will come. While seeing the magic, if you say this is a magic world, will you be able to enjoy that? Hey, all are false, all are false. Then don't go there. Don't use your, common sense. There you have to allow to enjoy the magic, whether it's a different world, different reality altogether. So also in Vyavaharika Satta, in transactional world, be in the transactional level. When there is talking absolute reality truth, be in that reality. Don't shift conveniently, unnecessarily. But you need to you need to jump, to resolve, to grow. More of it we will see on Monday. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.